Hello, my name is Margie Cahoon, and I'm going to be reading a letter dedicated to Kimberly Marilyn Kudaka from all of her friends that she grew up with. Our dearest Kimberly, you were a best friend and a sister to so many of us. Even though time, marriages, school, and life has drifted us all apart, we still have this connection to you that will never be broken, even though you have left this earth. The past few days have been surreal to us. Many of us feel that we will wake up and you will still be there, commenting on our Facebook statuses or texting us or calling us. In body you are gone, but you will always be alive in our memories. Do you remember back in Wellington when we were in grade 8 and you first moved to town? You were the beautiful new girl that everyone wanted to know more about. You called yourself Marilyn. You and I decided that we wanted to be nerds in math class. So we worked ahead and finished a bunch of chapters before any of the other students. We were so proud of ourselves. We were both geeks at heart. That was when our friendship began, when we were just 13 years old. Then we entered high school, and you became friends to us all. Our group was inseparable, with Delvin usually being our only steadfast male friend. You were our partner in crime on several occasions. We would spend hours all hanging out at the arcade on Front Street or going for coffee at the Fifth. Remember the Coffee Olympics? Who knew that piling dozens of creamers and flipping them can be so much fun? I swear they enacted the 3-cup maximum because our group drank way more than our share. Looking back, some of the greatest times we shared with you, Kim, were by a lake. Whether that was sitting on the town dock in the middle of the night looking at the stars, camping on the beach on Labor Day, or camping at Ojibwe Park. Even though you weren't the most outdoorsy person, you always loved a good bonfire on a beach with your friends. We will forever cherish those sweet memories we shared with you. When we think about you now, somehow food is always mentioned. You love food and you love feeding us. Some of us remember your poor man's soup and how delicious this was. Lindsay recalls the mornings where you and her would make a huge breakfast filled with eggs, bacon, toast, and pancakes. Or the delicious Swanson chicken burgers you always made together. Tony remembers how he used to get mad at us when we asked if we can get a drink or some food in your house. You always wanted your visitors to feel at home. This love of food had led you to become a chef. And Kim, can I tell you how proud we are of you? You worked so hard to find the one thing you loved, even enough to do the rest of your life. Words cannot express how much joy this brought to your friends and family to see you happy. I'm only sorry that many of us will not be able to taste your delicious food from your restaurant in Mitla, in Ottawa. We spent our years growing up together. Some of those were bad, but most were good. As teens, there's always bound to be some drama. But as we look back, we are reminded that you were always our friend. You always loved us. You always forgave us, even if we hurt you. You were never fake, and you're always honest, loyal, and true to yourself. You didn't care what others thought of you. One of my favorite memories of you was when we were 15 and we went to a party we were too young to be at. I told my parents I was sleeping at your house, and you told your parents you were sleeping at my house, just so we can go to this party. We were having the time of our lives until we saw both of our dads walking towards us in the crowded party. We were absolutely mortified. It was super embarrassing in the moment, but looking back, it makes me laugh. And I still don't know how our dads found us there. I wish I can ask you. In the same year, because we were still so young, we had to bring in the new millennium on New Year's Eve by banging pots and pans outside at midnight. You were always fun to be around, even if we were just doing nothing like banging pots and pans. You loved just sitting with your friends, listening to music, and putting on makeup. You were so generous, always sharing your clothes, movies, and music. And a few things that we can always find you doing was putting on your chapstick, eating your seasoned tasty seeds, drinking a cup of tea, or watching Coronation Street. You always loved to dance. When we were young, we loved dancing in your basement. But as we grew older, we loved being your dance partner out at clubs. You were always a good time and our trusty friend to keep us safe. As the years passed, your loyalty to your friends never diminished. Those of us that were able to visit you in Ottawa loved every second we got to spend with you. Christine remembers spending a week with you and the many sleepless nights you spent together just talking, joking around, and visiting. You devoted your time to your friends who visited. Even if you had an early class to get to in the morning, friends were always first. You were the kind of friend that even though we might not have seen you in over a year, the conversation would start up as if we just saw you yesterday. Sarah remembers how you changed all of us in your own way. She always saw you as this confident, quirky, beautiful woman who had a way of making everyone laugh. She envied your ability to take risks and be gutsy. You had this daredevil streak in you where we would dare you to do something crazy and you would actually go out and do it. Nancy remembers how you were kind enough to go with her on her very first plane ride. She said you were brave and helped her not to be afraid, as this was also her first time traveling alone. She said that weekend with you was one of the best memories she's ever had. It was your fun and free-spirited attitude of life that made this trip so fun. Remember all the nicknames you had for some of us? Lindsay was Big Fat Lindsay Bug, Megan was Megamus, and you lovingly called your brother Steve Oomph, and your sister Lenore was a Bear. You had nicknames of your own, including Sarah lovingly naming you after Braveheart's William Wallace, calling you Kimberly Wallace. In fact, what do you go by now? I remember once I said to myself, Kim, what a small name for such a person. Maybe you had so many names because of how amazing you were. When we think about you now, your laugh always seems to resonate in our minds. Your laugh was beautiful, innocent, joyous, infectious, and you laughed with your whole body. We would give anything to hear your laugh one more time. Now that you are gone from this world, we are left missing you with every beat of our hearts. We had plans to maybe be your bridesmaids and one of us be your maid of honor at your future wedding. We wanted you to be the maid of honor at some of our own. I personally wanted you to be an auntie to my future children and to see you become a mother yourself. You were so nurturing. We know you would have been an amazing mother. You used to joke with Megan about stealing her baby Charlie. We're so sorry you won't have a girl of your own. We wanted to see you grow old with your cat son, Simon, and see his latest adventures on Facebook. We couldn't wait to see where your life would take you. Kim, you left us too soon. Lastly, perhaps my own personal favorite memory I have of you was when we were still teens and we were on one of our many long walks through town. It was nighttime, and I saw this beautiful shooting star streak across the sky. I yelled, "Look," as I pointed to the sky. You didn't see the star, but I scared you with my excitement. You said, "You scared me. I thought Jesus was coming back." We both laughed and we began talking about how cool it would be for Jesus to come back and for us to go to heaven. We dreamt of what that would be like and how happy we would be. But we both decided that we wanted to wait to go to heaven because we were so young. But when we did make it there, we knew we would be happy. Kim, now you are in heaven. And even though it pains us to lose our friend, sister, and daughter, and cousin, We know you are there with your Heavenly Father, free from pain and sadness. We are so thankful that God created a beautiful woman like you to be our friend, cousin, and sister, and daughter. Words cannot express the pain we feel with the loss of you in our lives, but we find comfort in remembering your life, the times we shared with you, and your beautiful smile. Thank you for being our best friend. Lots of love, hugs, and kisses. Margie, Lindsay, Tony, Megan, Tamara, Delvin, Sarah, and Nancy. We love you.